If you carry an abandonment wound, it can show up in many different ways, like perfectionism to avoid being left, hypervigilance to stay safe, or needing to be in control so that you can prevent any bad surprises from happening. All of this is simply an attempt to avoid rejection, which then means you won't be liked, which then means, again, more abandonment. So in this session with Kaitlin, who's in my mentorship, I guide her through a deep yet gentle trauma release process, facing the fear of abandonment and allowing the vulnerable emotions to surface. And on the other side of that, she found peace. So let's get into it right now. You're hot right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious, when you feel that heat, when you're put on the spot, what do you do with that feeling?
Distract myself.
Yeah.
That's what the module, like some of the work I've been doing.
Yep.
I stay really busy to avoid this exact feeling. I like to think about what I'm going to say before I put myself in uncomfortable situations. Like, I would have loved 30 minutes to mentally prepare for this.
And yet something inside you was saying, fuck it, I'm going to do this, which is incredible. Yeah. What would happen if you're not prepared?
When I'm not prepared and I have to talk, it's a perfectionist wound for sure.
Yeah.
But I tend to ramble. My mind goes really fast, and I don't love that unpolished version of me.
Okay. Here we are, unpolished. What could happen? What's the fear?
People won't like me. Like, I can be really intense when I'm unprepared. I feel intense, masculine.
Good. Good. That's it right there, right? So there's the fear of people not liking you. And so we're going to play around with this uncomfortable feeling here. You open for that? I want you to imagine that everyone here just doesn't like you. You're saying the wrong words. You're making a fool of yourself. You're too loud. You're rambling too much. And notice your body react to that. And as you notice it, I want you to tell this mantra to yourself: I allow and I welcome these feelings, even though I don't like them, right? I allow and I welcome them. What are you noticing happening in your body?
I feel a lot initially in my chest, and it makes its way lower, which is more manageable.
Keep following it. It's going down. And when you mean down, like where down?
Like into my stomach.
There you go.
It starts in my chest. Mm-hmm. It feels really overwhelming. Once I sit with the chest feelings and get really uncomfortable, it does the same thing. It makes its way down. Mm-hmm. It feels like it's just resting at the bottom.
But it doesn't feel like it's completely settled, though.
Maybe because I'm having a little bit of stage fright.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like, I think if I was alone,
maybe more settled,
feel a little
probably
more settled.
Okay, beautiful. I want you to look at the little boxes. I think there's maybe only 3 of their cameras on. If there's more people that have their cameras on, turn them on. It's going to help Kaitlin with this exercise. Otherwise, it's totally fine. But look at the cameras. Look at the people looking at you. What's happening now?
I feel a little more anxious.
There we go.
I would say not as anxious as before.
Good.
Good.
Now notice what happens as anxiety rises a bit.
The water is rising again.
Water rises up again. Yeah. So follow it. Don't make it wrong. Don't make the water going up wrong. It's like, it's doing that thing. Bring it on. I allow and welcome you. And then not only do you notice it, but also see if you can expand your awareness a little bit gradually to noticing that and what else throughout the body.
Like it really feels very centered. Mm-hmm. Almost like I know in some of the exercises you talk about finding the parts of you that don't feel activated or feel neutral. I find that my arms are always something I want to move. Like, they're very neutral typically.
Good. So feel the neutrality. And we do this because in creating a sense of safety is realizing there's multiple things happening. It's not just this. When we get into a state of fight or flight, we can get sucked into the uncomfortability, or we get away from it because it's so much and we go to the mind, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're training, expanding the awareness a bit to help you realize, yes, it's uncomfortable here, and that's okay, right? We allow and welcome that. And there's other things that are happening in the body as well, which then means there's more access to other things my body can do, which therefore means that, I'm actually safer. I'm not just kind of stuck in this. Like my arms can move like you're saying, right? My shoulders can move like there's more that I can do. I'm not helpless, which is so critical to our transformation. When we go into a stage of fight or flight, we feel we're helpless and we're about to have impending doom happen to us, essentially, and we're helpless to stop it. That's the trigger. That's what any trigger is. Whether it's someone about to leave us, someone's about to attack us, about to be judged from a group of people here, or a person, right? Is that sense, think of, oh, impending doom, I'm about to be in a helpless state where I'm going to be hurt. So when we expand awareness throughout the body, we're teaching ourselves that, oh, I'm actually not quite as helpless as my amygdala is trying to convince me that I am, right? So play with that a little bit. Just feel the arms for a bit and just take time to just notice all the other parts of your body that aren't as activated.
I've been finding the rubbing my feet on the floor too is like a new thing that helps a lot too.
As you're doing that, what are you noticing happening back here in your center line?
I'm back down to the calm, like I feel way calmer. And I've noticed this before, like moving my arms is so, it like expedites that process that we just did.
Yeah. What it means is your body's not helpless. It's actually able to take care of itself, as opposed to, oh shit, bracing, kind of freezing up, panic, anxiety. Your body gets very still. I'm scared. When you're playing with the movement slowly, gently, it's reversing that signal like, actually, I'm not unsafe. Like I can move around, right? Like the nervous system is literally being retrained that you're actually safe. And that's why this starts to be like, oh, I guess we are safe. Okay, we'll just kind of we'll chill out for a little bit. And it's an exercise. Like you go into the gym, the more you do this, it's like literally changing and shifting. Like, oh, when I get into a situation like this, anxiety can comes up and it goes down. Oh, I'm going to be okay, right? And you practice that again and again. I'm curious as we move away from this little exercise of like stage fright, essentially, right? Or just really the fear of rejection, judgment. Where in life do you feel stuck?
I have an abandonment wound that is massive. I'm working really hard to feel like a whole person so that when I eventually meet somebody really great, I am not so afraid that they're going to leave. That's a pattern I've found in relationships. Basically, push that person away and self-sabotage. I'm going through a divorce and I'm a single mom and I've dated twice in my separation. And both times, my abandonment wound has self-sabotaged. And I decided when I signed up for this program that I was going to become a whole person before I dated it again.
What if the wholeness has always been there inside you? It's just the fear that blocks your connection to that wholeness. What if we learn through relationship and that's how we heal and therefore get access to that wholeness through the fear and the pain that we're avoiding, which is exactly what relationships do. They stir up the fear and the pain that is therefore blocking that wholeness inside.
I tried that in a relationship that ended a month ago. And actually, he's done this program and told me about it.
Yes.
And I still self-sabotaged in the end. So I think that's the goal. And maybe I haven't met the right person yet that's okay with this journey. Because while I have an abandonment wound and I hope this is okay, I'm not like this broken person. I am somebody who has been through hard things and I like fight through it. And I'm someone who wants to heal and I'm always growing. But I still, in the end, self-sabotage something because I just couldn't. I was so afraid of being left.
Yeah.
And I wasn't comfortable saying my needs. And it's funny, I'm in the module 6 where we're talking about coping behaviors. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've done this my whole life.
Yeah. And that's the self-sabotage, right? The coping, as we all do, right? Every single one of us has all those coping behaviors. That's in that module, different flavors of it, a lot of it, all of it, some of it. So, the main message is that in order for us to heal, we have to meet parts of ourselves that are quote unquote wounded that we don't like, because you don't want to feel that pain of abandonment, but you got to meet it. Rejection, shame, fill in the blank. And relationships is what gets us in touch with those things. We can do it not in a relationship too, because life inherently doesn't let us get away by not, dealing with these wounds. There's triggers that will fly at you from all angles. But those triggers are necessary to bring it up to the surface, right? Just like right here, a simple thing as you popping in, volunteering and boom, triggers flying at you. Oh, I'm not prepared. People looking at me, right? It's the same thing relationship. Oh, I feel abandonment because I'm in a relationship. That's how it gets brought up. And then we can work and engage with it. So the point is that we don't heal. Therefore, we can be in relationships and not be triggered. It's like actually we be in relationships, whatever kind of relationships. And through the triggers, we heal. If we can learn to not resist what's happening. And then your relationship, the only thing that was happening was just resistance of those triggers that were trying to get you in touch with the abandonment wound for the healing. But I imagine that the abandonment wound pops up in different forms still today.
Oh my gosh, it's affected my work. It's affected friendships where I struggle to let people in with everything I've gone through with my divorce. Like, I didn't tell friends for a really long time. I've leaned so much more into my girlfriends, and that doesn't come easy to me. I think some of my abandonment wounds started in middle school with women, and I didn't have friendships with women for a long time because that was so scary for me. So, in my adult life, I've had to work really hard to get comfortable with that again.
So let's go straight to that. All those different areas, work, friends, family now. Where does it come up the strongest?
It comes up in my relationships a lot more, I think.
Like existing relationships right now.
Oh, with my mom.
There we go. Okay. We're going to use that. I want you to treat any person, in this case, your mom and dad, that trigger the shit out of you as like, this is my arena for healing. That's my arena where I get to practice and actually heal, not by avoiding those moments, but going into them. So going in even more nitty gritty, give me an actual example of a moment where you felt that abandonment would come up strong, whether it's your mother, your dad, just pick one.
I had one recently with my mom. If I come to her with like emotions or anger or sadness, she shuts me out. Those two emotions were never allowed. She was allowed to yell. I actually grew up in a very loud household, like not mean things, but in our breath work. I remembered her like once really close to my face, and I could like feel her like spit on my face, screaming at me as a child. And to this day, she will yell, and we're not allowed to yell back.
Okay. So we're going to work with that component there, right? That sounds very visceral.
It's happened recently. So
Perfect.
It's like even as an adult, I'm navigating this little Kaitlin where anger is not okay to feel.
Good. We're going to change that a little bit here, okay? So I want you to imagine right now, you're right there in that moment, and your mom's there, right? Just visualize her right there, how she looks, her proximity to you, what she's saying, what she's doing. Now describe it, what's happening.
I'm picturing her in my childhood kitchen, pointing her finger, saying, sit down, like with this tight face.
So we're going to freeze that. What do you know is happening in your body right now in response to that?
I am uncomfortable.
Yeah. And emotions, what's coming up for you?
Yeah. Like I hated that kitchen too.
Can we just give space for that emotion? That deserves to be felt. This feeling gets to be felt and seen and not hidden. And what are you noticing now?
It's definitely more in my throat.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to swallow. Yeah. If I replay what I just said in my head, it makes me cry. Like I can play that movie script.
Allow the emotion to be there. It's a little bit stuck there in the throat. It's not fully coming out. That's totally fine, right? It wasn't safe to allow it to come out, it sounds like. So I'm curious, you're here, your mother's right there in that movie script. She's pointing at you. What if this time your body could do anything differently? What would it want to do?
Cry, probably.
Yeah.
Like I definitely want to cry when I get yelled at.
Does it feel okay to cry?
No.
Yeah. Give voice to that.
It doesn't feel okay to cry.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to cry.
That's understandable. You can keep giving a voice to that, how hard it's been. I'm right here with you, Kaitlin. And what's happening now?
I'm calming down,
Yeah.
like breathing.
Yeah. Yeah. Let your body experience that transition. Just allow it. You're doing great.
Feels good
Yeah.
to pull it back, to crying, like to.
Yeah. Right here. We're all right here with you.
I don't want to cry.
That's understandable. That's so understandable. It's totally okay to feel that. So much courage to be here. So much courage to feel this right here. Incredible courage. You got this.
I want to get better.
Yeah.
And I want to heal so bad that I'm like willing to do really hard things. And
Yeah.
I'm proud of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You're doing it. You're doing it, Kaitlin. You are totally expressing what needs to be expressed right now. You have all the time in the world. We're just here with you. Yeah, let the wave come if it wants to. It's totally normal. The wave's coming and going. Completely normal. All right, what are you noticing now?
I feel like I'm calming down and my body just wants to breathe and just like push this energy out. Like I don't feel like I need to cry.
For everyone that's watching, the deep breathing is a sign of coming out of the fight or flight. All right, it's like that.
I'm crying again.
That's okay. Happens in waves. Let the waves happen. Just let the waves happen. Don't make it go away. Don't think about pushing it out. Welcome it like a baby that you're holding that needs so much love, that needs to be held and welcomed. And what are you noticing with that wave as your body went into activation, crying, releasing, coming down? What are you noticing with that?
I laughed a little bit,
Uh-huh.
which I'm finding like I'm laughing more in moments that I would have panicked,
Uh-huh.
which is so weird.
Yeah. How does it feel to laugh in those moments, even just now?
Felt a little silly, like it was out of place.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I'm doing it again.
Yeah. Allow it. Allow it. Just freaking allow it. Yep. It's not wrong. It's totally welcome.
I guess it's better than crying.
Yeah. Both are welcome.
Oh no, crying again.
Yeah. Welcome to waves. There's been a lot that's there that just wants to be seen and heard and expressed.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
Like,
it gets weird in these spaces for all of us, different ways, different shapes and forms. Welcome to weirdness.
Like I feel calm. I feel not fully regulated, but like,
Yeah.
like I just,
There we go. Yeah. Kind of like a relief.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think relief is when I laugh.
That's
as of recently, like,
yes, that's a normal response. And sensations in the body, what do you notice?
I feel like jittery, but it's that still like center body, but it's not like an anxiety. It's like a hum.
Good. Feel that hum. Welcome
it's nice.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's noticeable, but it's consistent. Like I have bees in my here.
Yeah. So I just feel that. Yeah. The humming, the buzzing, oftentimes is a diffusion of a lot of built up, held in energy, emotions. And as it diffuses, the body is kind of humming as the energy just starts to diffuse. Your nervous system, your body's recalibrating, releasing. Just follow the humming. You're doing great. And it's just a reminder at every point when the body does a thing, remember, I trust the intelligence of the body. It's doing the thing it needs to do. Allow it to be felt. How was that overall for you? What was the experience like? And any interesting thoughts, feelings, or lessons from that?
As hard as it was to do something I wasn't prepared for, I'm like really happy I did that. I feel like I'm just proud of me today. I definitely resisted crying in the beginning. I could like feel, and I do this a lot, it like caps off right at my mouth. That was so cool.
Yeah. So the breakthrough point is by doing what wasn't allowed back then, which is just expressing and naming it. I feel like I can't cry. Giving the voice to it is acknowledging that fear that was holding it in. When the fear gets acknowledged like that compassionately and is able to be expressed in those words, it subsides. That block subsides. Like, oh, I'm being seen, I'm being acknowledged, and it like lets up. And then the emotion can come through.
Did I cry more after I said I said that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, it's interesting. I've been talking to myself a lot more. And if it was funny, I think I said this on my intake. I was like, the thought of having to talk to little Kaitlin, I never would have done it. And I'm finding myself just whispering and saying a lot that I would have before just kept in my head or buried, honestly.
So it's activating a very important part of our nervous system. We have multiple parts that make up our whole nervous system. There's a ventral vagal part of our nervous system that's in charge of social engagement. Part of that is, in order to engage with someone, you have to talk. And oftentimes that is thwarted, blocked when we're kids, because if we talk, we get yelled at. So like you're giving voice to that basically the inner child that felt too scared to express his voice, and you're naming the block. And that's a very healing moment that happens. And so engaging that is healing it. But also it then gets reflected when you engage with other people, because more you can like put names to like the stuff that you don't want to talk about even with yourself. It kind of kicks in your interaction with people where now you can express yourself a bit more gradually. It's a very gradual process because our nervous system is like a turtle. It kind of like retracts real quick when we're scared, and it like peeks out, retracts real quick. It peeks out. Is it safe? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it is safe. I'll keep my head out a little bit longer this time. You kind of do that for a while until it learns that like, oh, I'm safer a hell of a lot more often than I realize. And then more of your authentic self that can come out. A really big thing for everyone here, regardless of whatever your block is, right? Fear to speak, express, fill in the blank. When we do this work, that fear is going to come in. And it's going to be like a block, just like what happened with Kaitlin. We felt it kind of get choked up in the throat. Totally normal. Be like, oh, some part of me is just scared. And we can acknowledge the block. Oftentimes it's just as simple as I'm just really scared to express myself. I'm too scared to cry. I'm too scared to say no. And you give voice to that. That addresses the block. And when the block, which is just a fearful inner child, ultimately, feels acknowledged, it's like, oh, you're acknowledging me. And there's like a release of that. How often that's what we want in relationships? Just acknowledge that I have a feeling and that you're okay with my feeling. Boom, you feel way better, right? And that's what we have to do with ourselves, first and foremost. And the beautiful thing we can learn to do to ourselves, the better we get at doing that, the better we can do it with others. It makes for much better relationships. And it was just really beautiful to see the waves and the transition as you went through the different states and emotions going through it. But great work and incredible courage to volunteer. And I appreciate you for doing this, for not just obviously for yourself, but so many people are going to get so much benefit out of this. Huge.
Thank you for the opportunity. This was, whoa.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Now that was a powerful session. She confronted her fear of rejection and not being liked, which at the core is the abandonment wound. Because if you're not liked, you will be left. At least that's the illusion of the wound that's still alive. And we were able to trace it back to one of the core sources, her relationship with her mother. Because as a little girl, her natural instinct to express emotion was shut down by the fear of abuse and rejection, which also means potential abandonment. In the session, we were able to overcome that moment so that her authentic, tender emotions could finally be felt. And once she allowed that sadness to finally move through the feeling and expression, her body became calmer. And I always say this to my clients, that you have to feel in order to heal. But the truth is that fear often comes in blocking our ability to feel our emotions. And so when we acknowledged the fear and gave voice and expression to the fear subsided in Kaitlin. And so when the fear subsided, the emotion could have its place to be expressed and process through. And then when that emotion could come out in tears and crying, it released, and you could see how she quickly and naturally regulated in her body without trying to force it to regulate. And that's how transformation happens. If you want to experience this level of transformational work for yourself, consider joining my mentorship. You can follow the links below this video to apply. Otherwise, stay tuned for more videos like this where I demonstrate what parts of the transformational process can look like.